Hey, good afternoon. This is Bobby at Gloss, and today I'm going through the Bobby G autograph collection, and I got a couple of good classic Hollywoods for you. We're going to kick off with Jean Arthur. So good in so many things, and a rare autograph. As you can see, this one on the left is a preprint, and there's her letterhead on the right. And this is an authentic autograph that I got. And the only way that I could get it was by sending a registered signature required letter, which required her to sign it. So I was very grateful to get that autograph. And on top of that, I got this sweet letter from her caregiver who said, Jean is 90 years old. She recently broke her arm and she can't hold a pen for long, so I have to send these pictures back to you. But I loved her so much. She was great in A Foreign Affair with Marlene Dietrich. Marlene and her and the repartee that went back and forth. Darling, you hold hands? I should have never told her about the eyebrows. What are you wearing? Shoelaces? So funny. Anyways, if you haven't read this biography of her, it's the definitive biography. Check it out. Jean Arthur. Now we're going to skip to another Jean and to another era, the 80s. Jean Loves Jezebel. I recently met lead singer Michael Aston, and when I had him sign these pictures afterwards at the meet and greet, he was like, who is this guy? I don't remember those pictures. I don't remember those pictures at all. And then he said, to think about it, I don't remember a lot from that time. Going back to my cutting out pictures from library books. Hi, here's one from The Great Lie, signed by Mary Astor with Betty Davis, for which she won an Academy Award. And then here she is in The Maltese Falcon. Look, here I am as a kid cutting out these crappy little pictures from books and sending them to them. And she signed them all. Another one from Maltese Falcon. Here's when she was in Don Juan with John Barrymore. Another one with John Barrymore, who she said was a total lech. And you can find that in her book called Mary Astor, My Story. And she also talks about the big scandal when her secretary released a letter that contained some sex lines, and her husband sued for custody. It was crazy. But I mean, today it would be so tame. This is also another book of hers. Very rare. As you can imagine, my library, whoo! Now we're going to skip eras again and go to the 80s, but also a little bit of a scandal. Christopher Atkins in The Blue Lagoon, and when it was first released, there was a little bit of a scandal around it because of the youth of the stars involved. He's a great guy in person. And the partial nudity that was involved. But I've met both Chris and Brooke, and they're both really nice. This is funny. Do you remember this movie, A Night in Heaven, where he played a stripper? I think Susan Sarandon was in it with him. Anyways, I've met Chris so many times and given him so many copies of pictures that he didn't have that the last time I met him, maybe last year, he said, here, Bobby, let me give you this one for free. So I got a bubble butt shot from Christopher Atkins. Nice. Thanks, Christopher. Now I'm going to skip back to classic Hitchcock and To Catch a Thief. My favorite scene in the movie was when Grace Kelly and Cary Grant are in the water with this young woman. I found her in France. She's in her 80s, and her name is Brigitte Aubert. And I remember in the movie when Cary introduced them, Brigitte says to Grace Kelly, she looks a lot older up close. And Grace Kelly says, to a mere child, anything over 25 would seem old. And then Brigitte says, shall we stand in shallower water and discuss that? I loved that. So I was so grateful to find her and have her sign these pictures from To Catch a Thief. So there you go. Now we're up to AUS. Maybe there's Aston or something next. But here we are going through the Bobby at Gloss Bobby G autograph collection, and I thank you all for tuning in, all 40 of you. But I know that you niche collectors appreciate and can understand the rarity of my collection. They're one of a kind, and so are you! Have a great day. Take care.